The New York Times has been focused on this piece for 2 years now. The focus was clear. They were looking to come up with a hit piece, not only on our school system, but on the broader, I should say, Orthodox Jewish community and their way of life. They have assigned 2 reporters to this assignment over 2 years ago. Most of the article, to be honest with you, is a bunch of rehashed inaccuracies that we've been reading about now for years. They then literally fabricate a lie that we use in our school system, corporal punishment, as a common tool, which is just, it's absolutely false. It goes against our Torah values. They found a handful of individual cases of corporal punishment. By the way, I may add, none of these are substantiated. I mean, normally you would think they would have a police report or something to back it up, and they just try to indict an entire community with one broad brush, as if this is what we do. And I would also just say that even the 5 cases that they highlight in the article, some of them, we don't even know when this happened. By the way, the schools don't even have any recollection or documentation of these incidents, but some of them may have happened 2 decades ago. And to sensationalize singular individual stories against an entire community, that's below the pale.
How about the issue of the curriculum? Because that is something that there's one to talk about. What Haredi institutions teach, what other institutions teach, what do we have to obligate?
Yeah, I mean, look, that's a loaded question, right? If I may use the term, this onion has a lot of peels, right? First and foremost, that you need to understand, and your listeners need to understand, there's no argument that our children are receiving an education, a rigorous education. In fact, our school day is a lot longer. We start 7:30 in the morning. The public school system starts at 9. We go to 6:30, 7:30, depending on which age. So we have a longer school day. The argument here is as to what type of education these children are receiving. Keep in mind, my district, we have public schools in my district too. Parents are exercising their constitutional right in choosing the path to their child's education. And they have made the decision to send their children to a religious school because that's the type of education that they want their child to receive. When this started 8 years ago, our so-called critics, remember the talking points that they were using? Hasidic kids don't know how to spell their name in English, can't sign their names. You remember that? Well, guess what? Now, the goalpost has shifted. They do learn English, but they only learn English and math. 8 years ago, they were saying we learn nothing. And now they're saying some schools only learn 90 minutes, but they admit others do 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and so on and so forth. This is a school system. The word yeshiva is the mere fact that they're focusing on yeshivas. There are 440 yeshivas in the state of New York. It's a spectrum, right? There are those that focus more on one subject, there are those that focus more on another subject. Parents could choose from a wide range of schools that put more emphasis on different subjects.
Some are defining this media attack as anti-Semitic. Do you feel that as well?
I will say that I have my doubt. I'm very careful when it comes to throwing that particular term around, but what I will say is there's no doubt in my mind that they are trying to create a narrative of Hasidic Orthodox Jews.